This is why I need to ride with other people.
Yeah.
Sam, cool it.
Sam Coolett. Before we begin, I got to write that down. That's the
Yeah,
name
you
of the
need to,
show
like,
tonight.
yeah,
That's the name
exactly.
of the tonight's episode.
Every time that I get heated towards David.
Sam.
Coolett.
Before we begin, it's time to mention our great friends of the podcast, Scratch Labs. Great tasting, easy digesting, high carb options for fueling your rides. Did I mention they also have bars, chews, and even cookie mix? The best, absolute best in Scratch. Trust me, tell them Packfiller sent you, everybody. Giro Sport, the original instigators of the helmet revolution. Great fit, great flow, and great style. Shoes are gorgeous. Gloves, kits, all kinds of stuff like that on their website. Beautiful design, stiffness, fit, and the lightweight of Giro shoes is unparalleled. Giro when things matter. Finally, Untapped Maple. Pure Vermont maple syrup is the base, and the quick, great tasting energy is the reward. Truly a great way to fuel. Grab some packets or fill a flask. Untapped is brilliant. Use the Packfiller link. Let's play bikes. Did you guys notice the... is it working, Jay?
Yeah.
Okay.
On air?
That's the closest I could get to orange.
It's not even close.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Well, if you think of the
What about
candy
that one?
corn,
Can that one change?
there's this
Oh, I can tell. Yeah, it's like the candy corn.
Yeah, you just have the yellow portion of the candy corn.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah. So let's see.
I'm working with you there.
Thanks, man. I can change that bulb over there because this is the world we live in now. Well, it's going to take a minute. So let's just waste the whole fucking
the
show.
staring at the light.
details here of like, you have the on air up there.
There's. That's. It says it's orange.
No.
That's more of a greeny orange.
That's
This is
more
for everybody who's
Halloweeny.
just listening to the show.
There you go.
Oh, back.
That's what she said.
The pervy pills comes out already.
Oh, fuck
Wow.
it. We're going with kind of an off pink. Welcome to the death of outdoor rides. It's happening. Snow tomorrow. I'm upset. Our little town of Spokane is expecting the four-letter word that sets horror and rage into the hearts of all bike riders. That's right. It's snow. Welcome to Drowning Our Cold Weather Sorrows. This is the Rim Break Bar. Welcome to the Packfiller Cycling Podcast. I'm Pat Bulger. Am I the one who's depressed about it? The snow?
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of depressed, but for other reasons.
We went for Oh,
All right, there's a couch right
let's
there.
get
You wanna lay
personal.
down?
Yeah. Let's have some fun tonight with the prologue question for the evening panel. When I introduce you, please respond with the following question: do you consider yourself a good dancer? Why or why not? First of all, he's the guy who would likely survive the longest in a zombie apocalypse, Mr. Paul Main. How are you, man?
All right.
I just picked you as being the guy who would outlive.
Huh.
I don't know why.
Because I'm basic. I don't need a lot.
I
I'm
think
a
it's because he
minimalist.
kind of moves now that he's getting older as slow as the zombies. So
Oh, you're just saying that because I got dropped like 10 times on the ride Saturday. He's moving slower because I got dropped. Yeah.
Hey, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
So, here's the deal.
Good voice.
Well, I was a good dancer for a while.
Do you consider yourself a good dancer?
No. I like find a move and I kill it because I keep using it
You
over
stick
and
to
over
it.
again.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I
one.
like dancing with
Lawnmower.
my wife. She's fine. She's a really good dancer.
Really?
So then I look really stupid. So
But she's like she's like probably actually dancing. It's not just like moving
Yeah.
your arms around and like kind of
white man overbite. High
Yeah,
tight.
exactly. Like,
Yeah.
But when nobody's there, you put your arms up, and then somebody comes back in.
Oh, Jesus, it's too high.
You don't want to.
I live right here.
Yeah, exactly. Next, he's the guy who would likely die in a horribly ironic way in a zombie apocalypse, Mr. Sam Maples.
That's true. I would be the one that's like, no, I'm prepared for this, and
Yeah.
then it's something totally out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
Dysentery.
Yeah, it's dysentery. It's me. You know, it's like I'm good
Damn
at
it!
dysentery.
Forgot that one.
Yeah. I'm the one that has like the storage of food and backup
you're the
generator.
You're the hoarder. You're the guy
and
who's
then
got everything.
I die from something like dysentery. Yeah, I mean, I
or
think
you lost
that,
the keys to the food closet.
Yeah, or
shit.
that. I mean, God, just refer to the film from Jackson's Wedding. I'm savage.
Let's go to the tape.
Let's go to the tape.
Yeah.
Throw it up
So
live.
you consider yourself a good dancer?
No, if you give me a couple pours of bourbon, though, I
Right?
believe I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm confident.
Fuels the soul.
I'm nothing if not confident.
Yeah.
You could just like deburr your SI joints so you could actually move your hips.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And you might.
You know, just look like a robot. You know.
Yeah.
Deeper.
Yeah.
Next, he's the guy who would likely die first in a zombie apocalypse. Mr. David Wade.
The doctor, the one that we need.
Yeah. I don't know why. I just see you just be the guy in the
'Cause he's
opening
so
scenes of the
unprepared.
movie who's just going, ah, when they're running right towards him.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
go quick.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Based
I'll
on the
take it.
crit,
Yeah.
what he did at the crit.
Yeah,
in
fair
Missoula,
enough.
that would be
I don't
true.
want to live through a zombie apocalypse. Anyways, it'd probably be like intentional.
Yeah.
You'd be like, "Oh, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
I
didn't know
can't
it.
fix these people.
He didn't realize
Yeah,
everybody was
absolutely not.
running.
Yeah.
And so, you know,
Yep.
he just.
Too little, too
Wait,
late.
what?
Wait, what's happening?
Mow.
Yeah, gone.
How's your dancing skills?
I'm like Paul. I've got one move.
Yeah.
Stole it from our younger brother.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think my wife's pretty good dancer, though. I like dancing with her. But I just saw a video of like a toddler with the exact same moves on Instagram. So
Of
As
your,
you
of your
or
wife
her?
or your wife?
Danielle.
Oh, really?
So I'm kind of like, oh, maybe she's not a good dancer. Maybe I'm just blinded.
That could be it.
Yeah.
That could be it.
You're attracted to her, and that's the problem.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
problem. Yeah.
Yeah. Next, he's the guy who would actually just move to the mountains and be just fine in a zombie apocalypse. I just figured he'd be just like, all right, see you guys.
Yeah.
You just go hang out. Nice little cabin, fireplace, you know, everything like that. Just chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah. That's funny you mentioned that because I talked about this with my wife a couple weeks ago, and I said, no, you don't run. You just go as far away as you
Right?
can.
Yeah.
And you don't see anybody for years.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly I'm happy you knew what I would do.
Yeah.
Am I a good dancer? I think I'm fine enough, you know.
Filthy.
He thinks
He's filthy.
Filthy.
Freaking
I think
raw.
I think I'm all right enough. I know I've got pretty good rhythm.
Yeah.
But I'm not going on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
And that's, where real dance goes
Yeah.
down.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. Me, I'm probably the guy who would shove you all in the way to survive the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take him! I was honest tonight. I
Yeah.
was just like, take them. Fuck you guys. There's one.
You were never my
And
friend.
that's why I died first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shove David.
He's the smallest.
Yeah. Yep. Easiest.
The sacrificial lamb.
Just like being
Yeah.
chased by a
Appetizer.
bear. Don't be last.
Yep.
Just don't be last. I once upon a time I thought I was good, but I probably look really stupid. And that's
Yeah.
the problem because I think I look probably good.
Right.
It's when you had the MC Hammer pants. You
That's what I was going to say, because you
Damn
couldn't
right.
actually see what was going on.
Oh. Can't touch this. And my wife and I dance really weirdly together because she dances double time. So like it's just 1, 2, 3, 4. She's 2, 3, 4, 1. So she does
Yeah.
that. She's just like Jimmy moving all
every
over the
part is
place, and
moving
I'm
in
like,
different
ah! Even slow dancing with her, she won't let me lead. So she just like bing, 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 and I can't keep up with her. And
I love that.
After a while, I just give up.
And you're the drummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm on tempo.
Yeah.
I'm holding proper tempo. She's all over the place. We can't even hold hands very well because like we're almost the same height, and one of us has to bend our wrist up, kind of a thing, and it just doesn't work. She's cool though. Gentlemen, what was like most likely our last outdoor week for training without thermal clothing and shoe covers?
It's awesome.
David, did I depress you? We working,
Yeah.
Jay?
Yeah, I'll probably finally put the bike on the trainer.
How was your week though?
It was
David?
good. Yeah, we had some good rides,
Yeah.
mountain biking and road biking, and it
Oh,
was really nice out. This is the time of year that inspires trust issues for me, though, because it's never actually warm.
oh,
You know, like
Yeah,
it's
for
like
real.
70 out, but you like go into the shade of a single pine
Yeah.
tree and it's like 30 degrees.
yeah.
Well, it's like when we were out on a ride and you're like, why do you have a coat? And I was
Yeah.
like, well, what if we sit in the shade on like, when we're getting beers
Yeah.
Oh,
or get cold?
Yeah.
And then it's like, I also had like, I swear gloves and maybe even like a vest or something. Like I had so many layers. 'Cause I'm just like,
You did?
I don't know what's going to happen.
You got to the pub and you looked like death warmed over.
I have a story about that.
Yeah.
I got home, took a shower, got out, and I'm like doing this kind of cough. I was like, the hell, I don't have a cough. What is that? And I realized like my heart feels just kind of weird. And I checked my pulse. My pulse is 90, and it's boom, 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 boom.
Don't
Stops.
What?
And I cough, and then it kicks, boom, 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 stops. Cough. Kicks on again. I'm like, I'm dying.
Holy shit.
That's why I felt so bad. I chugged so much water, and then I was fine. I
David,
think I was just dehydrated.
David, what's your? Do you concur?
Malingering.
What?
There's a term we use called malingering.
Yeah, hyper-focused.
And that's faking it.
Oh,
For drugs.
God,
Faking
I
it for
wish.
drugs. Faking it for attention.
Why would I fake it for? I'm
He's
faking
a
it for
seeker.
attention, yeah.
He was seeking water.
Yeah, I was seeking water.
oh my God.
Yeah, I felt great after I had water. I think I was severely dehydrated. It was like, why didn't you drink more water? I'm like, I had both my bottles on that ride.
You just, you just had both.
Well,
of
what
But I
did you
also
drink the
hadn't
night
been-
before?
Exactly.
A lot.
There you go.
Yeah, and
That's and he's sitting there going, "Yeah, bourbon doesn't hurt me. I never get hangovers. There's no
give me
and
another
then it's
beer.
like,
You assholes with that. I started to believe it's like, okay, bourbon doesn't give you that horrible of a hangover.
Ah, man.
Holy.
I did the ride.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I did the
Bourbon
ride.
doesn't give
Yeah,
me a hangover.
doesn't. I mean, I was fine.
you may not have a headache, but you're dehydrated.
Fair enough.
and
so,
then you get into
yeah.
a weird heart rhythm. But
Yeah.
you know what? I was fine.
I
Do
wonder
you know
how that
anything about
feels.
that? Yeah.
I was thinking of you. I was like,
I've had my
I
inflation. It ain't
really
gonna
don't
come
want to
back.
go to the podcast and have to explain I went into AFib. That was honestly the biggest concern in the back of my head was like, get it together, Sam.
Just don't be AFib.
Yeah.
Don't be AFib. Maybe we could blame it. No, never mind. How was your training week, though, other than...
Honestly, it was good. Jackson and I rode on Friday night, which was awesome. I was telling him I was so thankful because Friday was just, it was a long week, got out late, and then I was like, honestly, I would have just bagged it. And then it's like having somebody that's like,
Yeah.
we're riding, we're meeting. It was like I just ran home, didn't even think about it, throw my kit, and sprinted out the door.
Oh,
it was
wow.
just like, so it was awesome to have somebody to ride with, right?
Yeah.
And it was just, we just rode a local loop and cruised and chatted. It was fun.
And it was our last... I mean, we had freakishly warm weather,
Yeah.
though, this last week. Up until Sunday. Up until yesterday.
Yeah,
Monday.
it was
Yeah.
like, I mean, it was warm. I wore on both days short sleeve shirt.
Yeah.
You know, and it was like it was getting dark when we rode too.
Yeah.
It was still like a warm wind.
I got to the pub first on Sunday. And I'll explain. It wasn't because I was fastest. But I sat out on that deck and I was sweating like crazy. And somebody else was sitting out there like going, man, I got to move into the shade. And I'm like, no, I'm going to melt here intentionally because it's the last time I get to do it before freaking April. So, Paul, how'd your week go?
I rode with these two jokers on Saturday, and they hurt me. It was so weird. It's
Yeah.
just like the Saturday
But you
before.
won the sprint.
I know, because he said the loser has to buy a beer. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
I didn't know where we
Alright.
were sprinting to.
And
Yeah.
you didn't lose the sprint?
What?
He-
I know
he
I
was-
lost. I had no idea where we were going.
he was DFL,
Yeah.
dead fucking
Yeah,
last.
he didn't even
Yeah,
know where
I
the
know what
sprint
that
was.
means.
I just
He didn't even
I
know
just
where
kept
the sprint
pedaling
was.
hard.
He just kept pedal. Yeah.
Yeah,
until
he was doing the David thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this sprint's 2 miles,
Yeah.
David.
Yeah.
Still 2 miles away.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Jay?
Yeah, it was, not bad. Indoor 2 days, outdoor 1 day with Sam. It was nice to go outdoors again. I think it'll be, one of our last ones for a little while here. But it's good to just kind of, just get out and do things. I think coming up here, maybe November-ish, I'm going to probably test again. Well, just because
we got to talk about that eventually, too.
Yeah, I know. Because I'm getting to that point where some of the workouts on system are starting to feel a little bit too easy, and I'm like, I'm not really gaining anything here.
Holy shit, I'm the opposite. I'm like, wow, this one hurts. I got to back it down.
Well, last time I tested was 2 years ago.
Oh.
So things have changed, trainings have improved, all that stuff. So, yeah.
Okay. Me, I got 3 rides in. One of them was outside. I got 2 strength training days. And I was blaming it on you guys because of you guys were wishy-washy about the start time on Saturday.
Only by a half hour.
By
No.
a half hour.
But you were bumping it later and later, and I'm like going, I don't want to piss the whole day away. And so, I mean, 12:30.
But it started off at 12.
Yeah, the original was 12.
The original was 12.
I know, but I was just like, that's it.
And then I was like, I don't think I can make 12, guys. Can you push it to 12:30?
How did you make 12 and I didn't? Like, how are you on time? And you were the one that was going to be late. It just blew my mind. It was the one time you were on time.
Yeah.
Oh.
I just decided to go on my own. I don't know if it was. I don't think I was being pouty.
No,
I
you were
don't-
being
you weren't being
impatient,
pouty.
like a
Yeah.
Cat 5 in a sprint.
But but in your defense, I will say this. I do get the, like, I don't want to miss this.
Yeah.
But I don't know. For me, it's like, well, then I'll just leave at noon. I
Yeah.
get it. I mean, you got in your ride. That was the whole point.
Well, and I'm sitting on the edge of the stairs, putting my road shoes on, and I just went, where do I want to go? I don't know where I want to go. I can't make a decision. These guys always tell me where to go, and I just obey until the zombies are there, and I throw David at them.
There we go.
But I was just like going, where can I go where I could see the most foliage? You know, the fall colors here in Spokane are absolutely gorgeous. And so I'm like, I've been on my mountain bike twice in the last year and a half. I'm taking my mountain bike out. And so I did a whole. I've figured out a route that you can ride about 4 blocks from here, drop off the bluff, and you can go. I went through Highbridge Park and into the several homeless camps, and all this kind of stuff. And I ended up in Riverside State Park. You can do it where you ride minimal pavement, and I got 2.5 hours in on my mountain bike, and I really enjoyed it. Sorry, I can't look Paul in the eye.
You shouldn't.
Yeah. And it was really great. And on that ride, I decided to myself, 2024 for me is going to be an all bikes year. Because I ride with you guys, it's going to be predominantly road. But I'm like, I forgot how much I love all my other bikes, and
This is what I feel like. This is what
Yeah.
I preach all the time. It's all, like you gotta do it all to keep it interesting.
yeah.
Road's
and-
not.
Don't
Road's
forget
done.
cross. Yeah, don't forget cyclocross.
I will do
Cross
cyclocross
is
someday,
dead.
but I just suck at it. I'm so bad.
Well, it's not going to change with that attitude.
No, it's not. And I'm good with that. I sleep like a baby knowing I suck at cyclocross. Although I'm a cat, I think I'm a cat 1 in cyclocross. It's like, why? It's just they upgraded
Your
me.
grandfathered in.
Yeah.
The sport came
yeah.
into existence when
grandfather
you were
did.
already. Yeah, when you already were like a cat 1 in
In my
your road.
days, they didn't call us masters; they called us veterans.
Yeah, I remember
And
that.
I'm not joking.
Yep,
That's
it was
what they
veterans.
used to call us. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
God, you guys are so old.
Yeah.
I feel like I get picked on for picking on you guys, but the reality is,
What's
it's
your
true.
USAC number?
366 360.
Okay.
You have a 3?
Yeah.
Mine's 504 something or other.
Paul? We're giving away vital numbers.
Yeah. It's 49133.
Yeah.
5 numbers.
Mine's well, it's loading right now. It's 581531.
5401.
You have 4 digits. I have 5.
I'm 4 numbers.
God, you're
That's
old.
how long I've been doing this shit. It should be L26053 because that's what it was my entire life. L26053.
My original one was
Wow.
actually a
Yeah.
higher number.
Was it?
He's at 5273.
Yeah. See, I'm
And
just
now I'm at 49.
I'm old school. I sent in my application to Montana, and they were like, "That's the computer kept spitting it out. It's like that's not enough numbers." Like, well, hey, don't you tell me my business, little Johnny.
bees.
I was racing bicycles when you were an itch in your daddy's pants.
What's your ratio of road bike to other bikes in terms of usage? I know Paul's answer.
Yeah.
99.992.
I mean, besides
Just
the
my
trainer,
commuter bike. There's
Yeah.
my
Oh, your commuter bike.
Yeah,
That's
that's
true.
true.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what would you say, Paul?
99.99. No. I probably. It's my commute's only about a mile,
Yeah.
so
That's
it probably
daily.
is
Probably about that.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
close.
Okay.
Mile wise, yeah.
Anybody else go up on that? Jackson, you pretty much roadie now.
Yeah, anymore. I mean, I use my gravel bike here and there, but it's not what I like. I don't like the feeling of it sometimes.
Yeah.
I do kind of miss some mountain bike races, but yeah, it's probably like 90-10
Okay. Yeah.
at this point. So
Is anybody higher than that?
I would say,
David is.
Yeah, David's definitely going to have the biggest mix, but I'm also in there because I do really enjoy gravel.
Yeah.
And like I did a fair amount of mountain biking earlier this season. I mean, a fair amount is in probably only like 4 rides or something like that.
Yeah.
I think just to get more elevation.
Yeah.
And so I like mixing it up like that because road season for me is nice weather. Like now, I'm not going to go out on my road bike. My road bike is plugged into the trainer and it'll live there.
But you guys do that. That's a Waples thing.
Yeah, and like when I get my gravel bike, if it was nice next weekend, let's say, I would just take my gravel bike out and go to a gravel loop, or a mountain bike, right? Yeah. Like it's a better way to hide from cold weather, especially mountain biking. So I think that those swing seasons are better for that stuff.
Yeah.
And then winter's cross country skiing.
Oh, I missed mountain biking and the short, real quick power intensity that it gave, and I was like, this is something that was missing for my fitness.
Because it gives
I need to bring it
things.
back. I need to bring it back because it helped with my jump and it helped with my acceleration. Also helped immensely with my bike handling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Totally. And like just the surges in a pack, right?
Yeah.
Like it's one of those things that when you have that, quick snap from mountain bike over and over and over again. Like, it's and the handling is phenomenal.
Yeah. And I suck. I'm not a good biker. Jackson, did you just nod in agreement that I suck?
Oh no, sorry. I was.
I saw that.
I was making
He's
sure
working
our-
on the YouTube.
Yes,
Like, yes, you
we're
do.
good.
Is
You're
it
good
all
now?
good?
Yes.
Yeah, we're
It took
good.
that long.
Yes.
What the hell is YouTube being a bitch?
Well, we're 24 minutes in. They've got a whole hour to watch now. So welcome.
Welcome. Yeah. Sorry if it wasn't working. David, what's your ratio? You're all over the place, right?
Yeah, I think probably I'm still predominantly road, so probably 60, and then like 20 gravel and 20 cross, or 20 gravel and cross count. That's the same. 20,
60, 20, 20.
Yeah, 20 of mountain bike, 20 of gravel
That's
cross.
Quite a bit.
Because I use like the whole beginning of the season with those like Wednesday night mountain bike series. Go out and I ride way more of the XC stuff, and then the summer is predominantly road, and then this time of year, I mean it's still road when the weather's nice, but I'll get out on the gravel or the cross more. So I mean, but it keeps it interesting too. Like I'm jazzed every spring for that Wednesday night series and every fall for the cross series, and then I'm stoked all summer long to get out on my road bike.
Yeah.
So
I missed this year because of my ticker, the Wednesday night series, and that is, for those people who don't know, it is every Wednesday here in Spokane. Wednesday night we have in May and June. A buddy of mine puts it on. My co-race director with the 24-hour race, and it's a great series.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do one lap or two. Laps range from 7 to 10 miles max, and there's beer at the end. I mean, what more could you wish for? Yeah.
well,
So you're
kind
going
of.
to try to do it this next year, you think?
I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I am going to do it, and I didn't do it last year, and my trade for the entry fee was announcing basically the raffle at the end, and I'll do that again because Eric, my friend, who's the co-race director, really doesn't like the little kids who hang around the table staring at the prizes, and so I can get them away, like a Dickens play. It's just like, be gone, child, rats, urchins, off with thee.
Sir, can I have some more?
Yeah, more. Yeah, exactly.
I
So
would
just
do
that.
them. I mark my words because now my wife, if she hears this, is gonna be like, you should do it.
Dude,
You should do it.
Danielle does them. Like,
No. But I have a mid-fat bike.
it's okay
Like
if
that's,
you suck.
My wife should
Like-
hear this and do them her also.
Yeah, but I have a mid-fat mountain bike, and I'm like, I just want 29s for it because then it'd be kind of a cross-country-ish bike.
Yeah.
And so that's my hang-ups. I'm like,
But
well, I
take
don't have wheels for
Take
it.
it from my point. I'm a mid-fat mountain biker, and it's fun. It's
I'm
fun.
fat in the middle.
Yeah.
But here's the issue: you
Jelly roll.
if you get the
Push me in the belly and watch me giggle.
if you do that and you optimize your setup, you just have less things to point to when I whoop your ass. So I mean,
Yeah, good point. I might
you
as well.
should just
And I'm gonna
show
lock
up
my
on your
brakes
bike,
on.
and you can blame your tires, and everybody. Oh, okay,
That's a good point.
So if anybody's willing to give both Sam and I next
don't
to
give
free
me them.
mountain
I don't want
bikes,
that. I don't want that anymore. I
well,
want
anybody
the slow
wants to
one.
give me free.
Yeah.
No. Well, we're working on that.
Yeah, get him a mountain bike.
Yeah.
Then
Where's
we can
my-
all race.
Where's my? There we go. Wow, the sound effects are low tonight. All right. I guess we got to.
Do you have to pee already?
No, I'm gonna get a beer.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll do that. While David goes and gets a beer, we'll jump into the news. Brought to us by our friends at Gooder Sunglasses. Use the code PackFiller15. Grab a discount on the already best value in cycling and casual eyewear. Use the link at packfiller.com so they know we sent you. Damn it. Say it so, Sepp. Say it is so. Sepp Kuss has grown in confidence after his Vuelta victory, everybody. So much so that he's up for more. And this is a quote from Sepp. Quote, I think the thing I'm most looking forward to is going to the Vuelta, being a defending champion, and also going to the Tour and doing my best there, whether it's for myself or Jonas, he said in a roundtable interview. Hello.
No.
Somebody's balls just got bigger, and I like it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thoughts on Sepp? Okay, Sam already says no right out of the gates.
Yeah, I'll just be quick with it. I'm going to say no just because he doesn't have all the other traits that it takes to be. It'd be like Richie Port stepping out. It's like, dude, you're
Richie Port did okay.
Yeah, Sepp Kuss would do okay. He's never going to win the tour.
Okay.
And I think that he could defend his
Can he
title.
time trial? Like, can he? Could he? Could
He did all right in the Vuelta because he had to, but
Yeah.
he's not known for it.
Yeah, and he wasn't. I mean, he still bled time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, anyway, long condensed story. I would say no.
Could he fill in now that Primož Roglic is no longer on the team? Could he fill in as that guy for Giro,
Totally.
Vuelta?
Yeah, I think he'd be a second fiddle to Jonas now.
Oh God, I think that's
Yeah.
like a, the team would probably be like making that a rule, right?
Yeah. But I think now we have more of an interesting Giro than we did before.
Yeah.
Because every time Primoz showed up, we always kind of expected that he would, if
Crash.
not win it, crash. But if not win it, get second place. But now I think it leaves a lot more doors open for the likes of maybe Jai Hindley or even like some other people that are going to come. But I mean, who knows? Does Roglic do the Giro again? But it's makes it more for an interesting May.
And with a team behind him, because obviously Jonas is going to be the guy for the tour, but there's no other person now that they have to appease, and so maybe Sepp could step into that role on one of the other Grand Tours. Is that something that's likely, Paul? You're like,
I can't imagine their focus is on the tour, and Sepp, if he's there, is to get Jonas there. He's a backup plan. He's got obviously the ability to do that, but I don't think they're going to send him to the Giro and then the tour.
Yeah. Although they did
No,
this year.
I think
But he
it
didn't
was
have his.
purely domestique.
Yeah.
Like it was like, dude, you're not even in this game. Don't even play it.
Yeah.
So like, I think that I could see him going back to the Vuelta again to defend the title. I could see him being back up to Jonas and then going for the tour or for the Vuelta.
Vuelta. Yeah, that makes sense. That actually does make sense.
What's cooler, winning the Vuelta twice or winning the Giro once in the Vuelta once? Just saying.
Personally, I'd want to win the Giro and the Vuelta.
Yeah.
Just mix it up.
Yeah, like if you won more, I mean, it just shows that you're like, because they're totally different.
Yeah.
Steep, punchy, long, slow drags. Like it's a different stage race.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of going for it, 2 more years in white shades, everybody. To my wife's joy, Geraint Thomas has agreed to a 2-year contract with Ineos Grenadiers.
Yes, I love that. I love him.
Which could likely be his final years with the team that has brought him the greatest results. So I was going to say, what were your reactions? But it sounded like we were all pretty happy. But what do you think Geraint has left in the tank is the big question.
I think Geraint has... Well, Geraint's contract renewal also dovetails nicely with Carlos Rodriguez's 2027 contract renewal, who is who is a much younger, almost GC contender, and I think that we're going to see if Remco doesn't switch allegiances.
Yeah.
I think that he will stand as a great, almost coaching figure or
little mentorship,
kind of road captain, for the likes of riders like that, or even Tom Pidcock on the road. Is he going to win a Grand Tour? realistically, probably not, unfortunately. But
I wanted him to get that Giro.
I know, but I think he's got a lot of great experience at the top level, and for these younger riders coming through that are going to possibly win our next long time Grand Tours, he's going to be that great experience for them.
He's Alejandro Valverde, right? Like he is, and he's just going to be a mentor for those guys, right? Like I don't foresee him being much more than that.
He's got a better chance of winning the Tour than Chris Froome does.
Well,
is Chris Froome even racing next year?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
He's under contract. They're paying him a boatload of money, so now he's just
he likes this race
trying to terminate that contract.
Does he?
Yeah.
Really?
He thinks they're okay now.
So he's going senile.
Yeah. There's something wrong with the guy. That crash hit his head pretty hard.
Yeah.
God.
If you were his director, so are we thinking mentorship, or would you steer him in the next 2 years towards 1 week stage races? Is he got another Paris-Nice in him or something like that? I'm not looking at David because he doesn't fucking know. He doesn't even know what.
David, do you know what Paris-Nice is?
It's this race down in Alabama.
yeah, there you go.
Paris, Texas, you idiot.
Oh, Texas, that's right.
I think even if he is used in the Grand Tours, I think that he would be a great domestique alongside other riders, but I think giving him 1 week stage races, Garrett's not going to do that. I think he's got more prowess than that.
Yeah.
And so I think he'll continue on with the 3 weeks, but he'll not be the leader.
Totally.
He could take a Tour de Suisse. He could take
yeah, but I don't think he cares about wins. He's done these big things. Yeah.
I wish he'd go back to the classics. I think the biggest I think he could have been an amazing classics rider.
Yeah.
He mentioned on his podcast when they were talking about this that he gets excited for the classic. He likes doing them, but that's not why they have him.
Yeah,
because he's won E3.
That's not making his house payments. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So I think mentorship is actually the big thing because they have a lot of slots to fill in. They have a lot of people that have left and stuff. So I'm sure they're looking at young talent, and somebody like that is vital. Somebody who's won the Tour, and somebody who never quits too. He never quits.
Yeah.
He's a different breed. I love him.
He's old school.
He is.
It's so funny hearing his name in old school because it's like, oh my god,
he's 37.
I've been doing this shit too long.
They're old to these guys.
Yeah, 5401. Cycling and sustainability is our next story. In a recent interview with Cycling Weekly, I always screw up his last name. UCI President David Lepartien. Whatever, stated his thoughts on the state of cycling and the changing environment. And he said, racing in summer is becoming so hot that in August, a stage of the Tour de l'Avenir was forced to start in the morning for safety. Other races have been affected by flooding, landslides, high winds that are too frequent to not be a direct consequence of a changing climate. There's no other choice but to change, he told Cycling Weekly. That is a beautiful pour.
No.
Which is a good place to interject. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would he grade cycling's current sustainability? It's 4, he quickly shot back. We are not at the level we should be. We are on the right path, but our starting point was not good, and there's a lot of effort to do. Our ambition is really high. To get a score of 10, we're getting better. We started sharing goals of vision, but I think we have to develop more, and it has truly become a common goal for everybody. So I want to take this news story and take it into the topic tonight's show. And I haven't even told you guys this is the topic, so I'm throwing you under the bus. But it's a hybrid bus. We're on the verge of a super early snowfall here in the Northwest. Summer smoke from wildfires has become a regular occurrence. Extreme heat is now a norm. What are your thoughts on how things have changed over the years of your cycling life in terms of climate concepts? Jackson's got the smallest window, but what have you experienced in terms of what these things have been going on?
It's not just in cycling, but
it's
everywhere. Yeah, it's tough because in cycling we've got a lot of single-use items in a lot of cases. Tires, we constantly use those. Sure. Tubes, how do those go to a landfill? All that type of stuff. But then you also think about the chemicals that we use or the cleaning products that we use. In a lot of cases, a lot of those weren't. I use that very specifically, environmentally conscious. But now you see like a company like Muck Off specifically using environmentally friendly cleaners and other products as well. I mean, I even have a Park Tool thing that cleans my, the chain cleaner, and then the solvent that you pour in there is actually on the bottle. It says environmentally friendly. Yeah. So I think we're seeing a lot more of those things happen. But I mean, until we get like a fully recyclable items to use consistently, I think it's not going to really be an environmentally friendly sport. But then again, which sport is, and I'm not, that's not me letting a window open for it, but it's
how about in terms of I mean, Paul, I guess I could go to you with this because you and I have had the longest careers here. I don't remember summers being this hot. I don't remember ever smoke being an issue. I don't remember, hell, I was talking to my students today. I don't remember Halloween being a threat for snow. I remember my childhood. We maybe had two snowy Halloweens.
Yeah, I guess.
Spokane's winter climate was famous for snow, rain, snow, rain, snow, rain, snow, rain. We never got huge accumulations down here in town. Mm-hmm. Am I dreaming this, or is this Paul? Am I even close?
I think I was looking at the.
Not where you lived. There was always deep snow. So going back to this voice again.
Yeah. Boy, I remember training like February. It was maybe cold, but February, like back in
back in 87.
Yeah. But that was common. I don't know. I think it almost seems like the seasons have moved like 1 month.
Yeah.
And the big thing, I know skiers opening day usually on Thanksgiving, right after Thanksgiving, and usually now it's not happening.
Yeah.
And our winters are running later to me, I think.
God,
it feels like it.
Yep.
But, I don't know if there's anything we can do about it other than adjust. Locally with the smoke, we actually didn't do too bad.
This year wasn't bad.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm speaking of racing.
Yeah.
I mean, if it wasn't as bad. 2015 was a bad year for heat. Here in Spokane, we had like 5-6 days over 100 degrees. It didn't even cool off.
We did 2021, the heat dome.
Yeah.
That was insane.
Yeah.
But we didn't have that this year. We had like maybe one. So it does change a little bit. And if it comes to racing, what you're going to do about it, if you're a promoter, you just hope everything's good. But if it's just crappy, then
I feel like I was on that tail end because like when I first started racing, it was still pretty normal. And we definitely didn't have like wildfires.
Yeah.
And then it was like, I remember the winter going into the season 2014, right? So that winter, 2013, 2014 was like a killer winter. It was awesome. It was like dry and somewhat warm. I was like, this is amazing. And then we, come into the next season and it was killer racing. And then the next year, that's when it like hit and we just had these crazy weather storms and everything. But I don't really know what we do either for like being race promoters. I think you kind of just have to, I don't know, for me, granted I'm in a different place now, but that's where I also have no problem paying for a race and just not attending it. It's like,
You're good at it.
Because I know.
I do that with concerts.
Right?
I do that so many times with concerts.
But it's like, it's one of those things where I'm like, hey, they went through all the effort of putting this through, right? And it sucks to not have people show up.
Yeah.
But still, I'm like, I would never ask them to, get a refund or something because of bad weather or anything.
Yeah.
Like, it's part of it.
So let's ask how we are mindful of things like this. I've always thought, even the climate change deniers out there who's like going, what's the worst that could happen if we all did a couple things? Okay, when I could prove everybody I was right when the planet survives. That would be the greatest thing a climate denier could do. But so I have a list here of things from the Sierra Club that we can do. The what?
Eat less meat.
Shut up.
I'm just saying.
It's
Well,
true.
I'm going to go through the list. I'm going to go through the list of things that we
And
could
then-
do. Things that we could do to help the environment. Okay.
Number one, eat
and
less
and
meat.
if you do this, just say me or I do. Okay, and so we don't get too far in. Number one, shop at thrift stores.
Me.
Jackson, you do?
You're such a
Here and there,
hipster.
Do you do it?
Freaking
Do you do it
hipster.
for the environment, or you do it because it's cool?
I mean, dude, it's cool.
Okay.
I like the clothes that I find there.
But it still it counts.
Yeah. Next one, drive the speed limit.
I
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah.
Really? Actually, I do, even though I say I don't.
Actually, you do.
Me,
It's
yeah,
just
for
you,
sure.
the tickets
I'm
that you
slow.
have are from not paying attention and like going into a different speed
I
zone.
got 3 tickets when my speedometer was broken. Okay.
Oh,
That was-
so it's the speedometer's fault.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I fixed it. Never got another
Yeah.
speeding ticket.
No, I my foot rests at 35, so I'm if anything, I'm too slow.
I bet my wife will argue that I don't.
Really?
But as a general rule, I do.
How about consider buying or renting a smaller house or apartment?
Already done.
Oh, yeah.
Can't
I mean,
really
our
go,
house is totally reasonable.
can't really go much smaller.
No, you can go smaller. Paul, you did.
Yeah.
You were just saying before we
Knocked
went on
off.
air that you
No.
We
turned
finally turned our furnace on.
turn the furnace on
Yeah.
and it just shut off because it
Yeah.
just keeps it cool.
It fired up, brought it up to temperature, and it has been on all day.
David's got a big ass steel building in his backyard.
Yeah, but it's insulated. I just focus on insulation.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Walk your kids to school. Jesus. Carpool. Who carpools? Anybody carpool?
Nope.
I don't carpool. I drive my own car every day to work. Paul
I commute.
Paul commutes, so that
Yeah.
makes him better than us.
I carpool with my dog.
You,
Doesn't count.
does anybody live close to where you work? This is the bullshit
me.
list of all
Yeah.
Me.
time.
Yeah, 1
Sam,
mile.
you do.
I live,
You do?
1 mile.
I am currently. That is one of the biggest deciding factors for me in where I'm going to work. Is I will not commute.
Really?
Like I'm not driving to Airway Heights. I'm not driving up north. It has to be
Isn't
bikeable.
that funny how like where
Yeah.
we live, that's a thing? Because in
Yeah.
Seattle, it's like,
You don't get a choice.
it's only 30 minutes?
yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
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 You don't get
close.
a choice. It's
Yeah,
not
if you were to
an
tell
option.
me
Your
to drive
commute's
30
probably,
minutes.
5-10 minutes?
15.
15?
Oh,
yeah, mine's
that's
20.
too much.
But that's
Too
Spokane
much.
15. That would be.
Mine's
Too
20.
much?
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah.
You
It takes
are
me
soft,
6 minutes.
man.
6 minutes to get from my door to the door at work.
Wow, that's
Yep.
2 songs. I want at least 5.
Fair enough.
Does anybody check the Energy Star rating of the appliances they own?
Yes.
What is
Do
that?
you really?
Yes, and but we haven't replaced anything because it doesn't actually make sense to replace something that works
It's still
perfectly
working,
well.
yeah.
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 But I wanted to know because I want.
Yeah, I mean, when our
electricity
stuff
will-
dies, we replace it with nicer, more efficient stuff. Like I put it in a heat pump this year because it's more energy efficient.
Pretty much, I would if that would be a deciding factor. If I
Sure.
had to
We
replace
just
it.
bought
Yeah.
we just bought new doors and I made sure they were
More
rated for this
insulated, yeah.
climate zone. Yeah.
When was the last time anybody planted a tree?
Last
Never.
year.
I've ripped out a lot of
Never.
them. Ask my wife. She's like, stop taking out the trees.
Oh, no.
Actually, I planted like 15 in college. So
Did you?
Yeah.
Nice.
yeah, I did.
Oh, thanks. For,
I had to.
Can I take one of those?
Sure, I'll
All right,
share. You
okay.
can have
You
like
got 14, I
4.
got
Never have
one.
I
There we go.
planted a
Yeah.
tree.
I did 3
Um,
last year.
You did 3 last year?
Yep.
In your yard.
Yeah, like apple
okay.
trees.
Okay.
But that helps.
Yeah.
Buy an electric vehicle. I don't
Does
want to get
my
started too far
e-bike
on that.
count?
Your e-bike counts.
Oh yeah.
I think your e-bike counts.
How
I
about
mean-
my city car is a hybrid. It runs
go.
primarily on electrical.
This is also such a loaded question because it's like, what tax bracket do you have to be
Yeah.
in to own
That's
that
my
said
thing.
car?
Yeah.
It's
So
like,
it's
I would
like,
love to.
if you want to, this is getting me into it because if you want to be environmentally conscious, you have to have
Money.
loads of money.
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
And if you want to drive a Tesla, you have to be a loaded douchebag.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah, and they like
Sorry, Tesla drivers who listen to this podcast. You need to do something about your life choices.
Yeah.
Cars are fucking dorky.
Yeah. No, and I mean, like, there are more coming to the market, and there's several that I'd be very interested in, but yeah, I don't know. It's tough. They're expensive.
Yeah, I think we're going to see the change on EVs.
And when
Yeah.
that happens, I'm on
Well,
board.
I'm like Volkswagen saying this is not the way. Toyota is saying no. Their hydrogen is they're putting their
Oh,
money in
yeah.
hydrogen
There's
because of the waste on the battery.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
And the mining is just
the way their mind is
it's
messed
not
up.
it's not polluting the air, but
Yeah.
the process. And same with talking about less meat, processed foods. That's what pretty much vegan. And what does it take?
Unless you
Energy.
eat
No,
just
that's
veggies.
Energy to process
Yeah.
the food.
Just
And
eat
did you know-
veggies.
And
you're
did you
not
know that
supposed to-
cows produce a very significant amount of methane?
Yeah, tons.
A ton.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more than they do more damage than our cars.
More than
Right.
old people. Methane.
Wait, you're proving our point that we should eat veggies.
No, I'm saying you should eat more cows.
Yeah,
get
so
rid of
they'll
the cow.
produce less methane.
But
Yeah,
no,
kill
because
the
then you're
cows.
gonna grow more cow.
They're gonna
Kill the
raise-
cows.
You're gonna
Yeah,
raise
I'm on
more
a tree.
But
cows.
if you eat veal, they really don't get to pass gas or poop.
no,
I don't like
No? Okay.
I'm going to go quickly through some of these. Buy battery operated tools. Well, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I do.
Yeah.
Who would
gas
plug 'em in?
powered
and
lawnmowers.
rechargeable
Yeah,
batteries.
I can't wait to get rid of my gas powered lawnmower. It just won't die.
Yeah.
Well, a lot. This goes back to like even power tools or whatever. Like I bought a lawnmower when I had a house,
Right.
and I have everything was Ego, and they exchanged batteries. The battery technology has
Yeah.
come a long ways, and believe me, just to have so I don't have to slosh gas in my car, so I have to smell gas for about 2 or 3 days after I've loaded up the gas can to fill up my. It just
Yeah.
makes
Right.
sense.
Yeah.
On that type, for battery operated.
Am I the only one who's officially become the old man that walks through the house turning off lights?
No,
No.
I do. And I just bought all LED lights because I was like, these things use so much less wattage than a
Yeah.
incandescent. So
I walk through the house doing it all day. And my wife, because our new dog, the rescue dog, she won't come in the house unless like you all leave the room, and then she'll come into the house. And so I'm like going, we're leaving the goddamn door open, and all the heat's getting out.
we ain't paying to heat the outdoors, boy.
Exactly.
I give
God
my
damn
wife
it.
credit on all that. I'm bad at it.
Are you?
Yeah, I leave lights on, and I know
hate
I
that shit.
shouldn't.
I will follow my wife through the house, and there have
Yeah.
been times that every freaking light in the house is on.
Yeah.
Nowadays in the morning, her new thing is to turn on her nightstand
Bedstand.
light and go downstairs. And I'm like going, I'm about to leave, and she won't come upstairs for the rest of the day, which means that bulb is going to be burning all day. And so I have a little argument with myself. It's like, and then I don't say anything to her because she'll just go, shut up, Pat, which is going to be on my headstone. It is. Organize a solar walk. What the buy local food? Yeah.
Yeah.
Buy foods in bulk? No, I suck at that.
Yeah, I do that.
My wife buys everything in non-plastic containers, so the lotion comes in a reusable. Like
Puts the lotion in the
a-
basket or it gets
She
the
is
hose
the
again.
ultimate.
That's
toothpaste,
super hard
toothpaste
to do.
tablets, tablets
Wow.
you put into the
Oh,
laundry.
she's another level.
Nothing comes in plastic or
Really?
water because paying to ship water is ridiculous.
Yeah, like if you're gonna get laundry detergent, why would you pay for liquid laundry detergent?
You just buy powder.
Because my
just-
machine says I have to put it in there.
No, but there's no reason.
Well,
There's
you can
sheets that you can
reconstitute,
just
or
like.
you can reconstitute. You buy the powder, you mix it up, you make yourself a solution.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, write that one down.
Think that
I gotta write it down. Does this mean we can't buy new bikes? Does this mean bikes and helmets and etc. should be recycled? Has anybody recycled a helmet? Can you recycle a helmet?
That's such an interesting thing because I feel like helmets are so like because I know that companies specifically say that after a certain amount of time you
6
probably
to 7 years.
see that's grown because I remember it used to be 3.
Mm-hmm.
So
6 to
that's
7 years on a helmet?
On the phone.
And it needs to
Yeah.
be replaced because
Jesus.
polystyrene.
Yeah,
breaks
I've
down.
been going like 3 to 4.
yeah
Yeah.
because then after that point it's like
Mine's 10 to 12.
what do you
Oh shit!
I mean, yeah.
it's like
you
what do
got
you
a
do
new
with
helmet.
it after?
I mean, I give mine
Yours
to
is
my
new.
dad, but mine is because like I use mine for like 3, maybe 4 years, and then I'm like, all right, Dad, you can have the last 2,
Wow.
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
we're just in rotation like
Thanks,
that.
Sam. I love
Yeah.
you, son.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Gave
Here,
me
have
his,
my helmet that won't protect you.
boy gave
Yeah,
me his
It's
hand.
too old.
exactly.
Like
I've
you,
only,
Dad.
I've only crashed it 2-3 times.
Yeah.
The chance of a brain injury are.
I glued the cracks in the
somewhat moderate.
polystyrene. It should be
Reapply
fine.
the
Yeah.
tape.
I glued
Reapply
it.
the
Well,
tape.
because that's why I kept my white one from a couple of years ago. It's
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I still like when I crashed, I was
Right.
like,
yeah.
shit, I don't have a helmet now.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so then I kept that one, and I was like, thank God I did, or else I'd be screwed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is our thoughts on cycling and sustainability. I mean, I just think of the pro races I watch, even mountain bike and even now gravel, and watching helicopters, the caravan, all that stuff. Or you look at a mountain bike race and all the cars that are there and driven there. It's like Oh.
Yeah,
the bike is super awesome when it comes to this, but not bike racing.
But like even making the carbon and everything is actually not.
No.
Like if you're making like the, facilities that make the carbon bikes, that is not. I think honestly one of the only sports that is more damaging to Earth is like Formula One racing.
Shit.
Like truly, I mean, think about it. Like even a soccer game, like
just transport. They go all across the world, so you have cars and personnel and everything. So
Yeah.
Tiny tanks taking off.
Yeah. It's time for Ask Dr. David.
I mean, in comparison, realistically, though, you really got to think about the back end of a lot of different teams as well, though, because I think cycling is definitely, a lot of vehicles and things going into the process of what makes the sport like able to run. But then you think about a lot of other sports. I mean, for instance, I know a lot about soccer, but I know that a lot of these companies, or not companies, excuse me, well, they kind of are, but soccer teams, for instances, are backed by a lot of like
petroleum.
Exactly. A lot of oil, stuff like that. And so you really start to think about it. I mean, even American football, how great is that? There's a lot of stuff that's probably pumped money through that same exact type of platform. So is any sport really that environmentally
we got
conscious?
a lot of major oil producing companies sponsoring cycling.
Yeah. No, for sure. That's what I'm saying.
Countries.
Yeah.
Countries.
And same with soccer too.
Yeah. It's dirty money. It's bad money.
we're all going to hell.
Yeah. Anybody? Does anybody in this room use public transportation?
I have it for free because I work for the city.
When I was in Switzerland,
I didn't say I use it. But
I think that public transportation is great, but I also think that it is tough for the everyday user. I mean, you got to really plan out your event, like your times
day,
and everything. Yeah. I have a park and ride kind of somewhat close to my house, and it's one of those things where it's like I've always kind of thought, like, if you have a car, why would you drive to the place and then take...
minimizes the amount.
Exactly. Exactly. But I've always thought, just like, why not just cut out the middleman and just like go straight to it? But I do get the point behind it.
Plus, I really don't want to see that methed out couple mashing in the back. Basically having sex in the back.
You hit it on
the
the head. The thing is in Europe, because that's my experience, I'm sure, in other parts of the world. But, and like you noticed too, who would drive your car? It's $8 a gallon. Their price probably higher now. Last time I was there. I mean, the whole idea, that's all subsidized, so it's cheaper too. I mean, everything, you can get anywhere. You don't wait for transportation. Every 8 minutes, there's something coming by. And you hop on.
It's so dialed.
And we're so spread out in this country, especially on the west side.
Where we are.
And it frustrates me because we have governments that are pushing, and I'm not bashing EVs, but to me, all this pushing for EVs, when we look at rural, where my mom lives, that does not make sense for her. She lives 25 miles out of town. Yes, that's a choice, but nevertheless. So why don't they have from Spokane, which is one on the east part of Washington, and Seattle on the west part, a train like in Europe?
Oh my God!
We could go. Yeah. I mean, for commerce purposes, even if we want to go see a Sounders game, you just hop on in the morning. We're there in 2.5, 3 hours. Go to the game and come back.
That would be
take your bike and do Friday night velodrome racing. Be over there in 2 to 3 hours.
The state of Byron, it's called the Byron ticket. So the Bavaria, but the Byron ticket, you can get. The last time I was there, for $35, you can get 5 people on this ticket, and you have access to any city. You can take any train, any public transportation, and go to these cities and use their trams and their buses. And I don't, how do they do that? And then here we are, like, everybody get an EV, and that'll solve the problem. That doesn't make sense to me. I think public transportation is something that's really needs to be happening. So
that's what I learned when I lived in Portland. I think for a city that has a lot of things not really going for it right now, that was something that did have it really going for it. I think that, I lived in a place where I could walk 5 steps and realistically find a bus stop, and then you get into like the really downtown heart of it all, and you can get on this Met line for free.
Yeah.
You can it can take you all the way from like upper downtown to the lower side, and it is free, and it's 5 or 10 minutes to realistically get everywhere, but it's definitely untapped potential in this country.
I wish we could. God, it would be good. I mean, could you imagine just throwing your bike in a spin and then just heading over to
I was talking about,
for those who don't know, Seattle to Spokane, we get a lot of people who don't understand. It's a 300-mile drive. It's not
About 4 hours.
They think we're a suburb, but it's not even close. So
yeah, and like I was talking to my friend, he's like, Switzerland's like one of my favorite places to ride, because you would, he goes and he rides and he's like found himself like, I'm cracked. Hop on a train, go home.
oh my God.
Like, how cool would that be? Just
Yeah.
to like end up in the middle of like, I don't know, Reardon.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's
You
like,
could also just keep riding.
Or
Out. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to
Yeah,
think
yeah.
about coming back.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
oh my
like, I'm
God,
just
you
gonna
could ride
100 miles
tailwind
in that way.
tailwind
You could
all the
just-
way and
you
then
could
just come back.
Look at the wind that day and head that direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And to think that it probably wouldn't take them that long. For instance, when I was in college, I took the train from here to Portland. That's about a 6-hour drive. 6-hour drive. And it took probably, I'd say 8-10 hours to
Yeah,
get
the
there
trains are
on a
slower.
train.
That was
and
bad.
realistically,
Yeah.
we could. It's the technology's out there to
Yeah.
make it
Yeah.
realistically.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I remember doing that from Bellingham to Portland, and it took like 8 hours for a
That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's like a
4
2-hour
hour
drive.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I went
2 to 4.
San Luis Obispo to Tacoma or Bellingham. I remember it was 24 hours.
Oh
my God.
Gee, I wonder why more people aren't doing it.
I know. That's what, like, and I would
Yeah.
be so happy to pay tax dollars towards that, right?
Yeah.
Like, easily.
Well, we didn't come to any solutions on
No.
this.
No,
Do we
it's
ever?
tough too.
We're not drinking out of plastic.
No.
Yeah.
And we're not throwing bottles. Yeah, I will. We're not throwing bottles into the recycling bin because we're drinking out of kegs.
Because you go so far out of your way to Big Barn. To
I
take
do,
care
and
of
I
us.
drive my car. Oh shit!
You
Which
should get
doesn't help.
you should get an e-bike to go get those.
E-bike to go get the beer for the show.
Yeah.
Okay,
I-
or just have a beer sponsor deliver it to me.
There you go.
Opening for sponsorship for the show. Hey, we're at the point where we gotta switch to our segments, our regular segments. And do I play the bumper for every segment?
You should.
This one? Do I play the bumper?
I love it. I love
It's
this.
time for Fit Tips with Sam from Ambassador Cycling. Brought to you by, of course, Ambassador Cycling. AmbassadorCycling.com. Get fit to get fit. You guys, you feel like shit, so get it right. AI fitting is what was brought up by a listener by the name
What?
of Roger.
Yeah.
Oh, drink.
Good thing you got topped off there.
I saw on our Facebook page that he also has given into this as well. He's like,
Really?
he'll name his own name and then he'll say,
He'll
like, oh, you
drink?
all have to drink.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Really?
He
it's-
did
it's-
that. He did that.
I really enjoy a type of guy that gives into the joke like that.
It was about
That is
the
awesome.
comment of me taking a picture.
Yeah. I love that.
Or,
Yeah.
don't take a picture because I don't look pro. And then he said something.
That was
With
funny.
Roger.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
funny. So I'm not going to name their name because I don't want to necessarily, because I don't know the legitimacy of who they are or anything like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But he brought to attention an AI powered bike fit that is basically a phone app,
Yeah.
and how they're saying it's accurate, it's convenient, it's unbiased, it's professional quality bike fit in the comfort of your own home. Wow, that just sounds amazing. Sounds too good to be true. Well, and it's been featured in some big art. Outside owns everything, so it's probably been featured in all their stuff. But Sam, have you heard of this platform? And I remember talking to you at the bar after the race. Well, for a little bit, I had 2 beers. And
20 ounces, though.
they were, yeah. So I was good for the environment. I didn't dirty multiple glasses. I
Yeah.
just had 2 huge troughs. So what are your thoughts on this platform, the legitimacy of it, and I mean, I know we're all going to talk about the concept of real people versus AI.
Yeah.
And where you go on this?
I'd say, I mean, honestly, a great question. I am the first person. I would never put down bike fit, period. Like, and I'm not going to slam an AI because I think that if you were to use one of these apps, it is going to get you most of the way there. I do believe that. Like, I think that these, like, there's several out there, and a lot of them will get you close. The thing is that what they're picking up on is various different landmarks, and they take the measurements of those. Yeah. There is nothing to, like, we go off of very specific landmarks when I'm doing, like, a bike fit, right? A computer can't actually pick those up precisely. So there is no way like I would stake my life on this that it is to the millimeter and degree correct. Yeah. But most people don't need that. This asshole at the end of the bar could honestly
That's your
have
brother,
yeah.
by the way. Okay.
Yeah. Could have his seat.
He's been following me around my whole life.
Like 3 centimeters, an inch too high.
Because you've never fit me.
And he's like, it feels a little
probably
weird.
because you fidget like a dog at the groomers. Just like, I don't want to do it.
Yeah. It's just like, it's one of those things that, I mean, there's people that are like micro macro fitters, right? Like, I am so specific, and I admit to my annoyance of like, David is actually pretty patient with me of like, I will be like, I need to drop the nose of the saddle 1 degree. Yeah. And he's like,
you're just slow today, okay?
Yeah, exactly, right? And it's like, no, I know it's this. Yeah. But so, anyway, like, there's the people like David that would work wonderfully. Like, you probably wouldn't even need to come and see a professional bike fitter because, like, this is going to get you most of the way there. But then if you're, like, still having issues, then go and get a professional bike fit because they're going to dial in those details of it.
It just sounds like you're setting your phone up on a tripod and you're videotaping yourself.
And that's the other piece of it is like there's so much setup that goes with it. I mean, I don't know personally, and it depends on how much the bike fit is for you locally. But like for me, my bike fits are $150 cash pay. Yeah. I would way rather pay somebody $150 and just show up with my equipment and be like, make this right. Yeah. As opposed to like spend 2 hours getting on, maybe even more, like setting up the camera, spinning, making all these adjustments. Yeah. Then you have to know how to, like, there's some videos that I've watched of that one in particular where the guy's like cutting the seat post and stuff. And I'm like, oh shit, dude, we're getting into some actual, like, you have to know things that you're doing. You
chainsaw on his carbon.
I mean, right? Like I have devices that make it so that is perfectly square and cut correctly, right? Yeah. Like, I mean, you can imagine somebody coming through with their hacksaw and cutting off a $400 seat post.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Like, let me take the risk on that.
Let's try an experiment. Hey Siri, how do I improve my sex life?
What?
I don't understand the question,
she just
Pat.
Said,
First, get one.
Hey Siri, how do I feel better about myself? What she just keeps saying
she can't even compute this.
She just keeps saying both questions. I can't help you with that.
Yeah, that's right.
See, but like,
she knows me so well.
But see, like it honestly, like these AI things, they can get you.
Jackson's just looking at Paul, going, "Yeah, I fucking
this
live
is
with
what
this.
I grew up
this
with.
Is my life, yeah.
But like, it's gonna get you most of the way there. Synopsis: it's not 100%. So try it out if you want to, and then if it doesn't work,
one more time. Hey Alexa, how do I improve my sex life?
According to WikiHow, to improve your sex life, spice things up by focusing on exciting foreplay. For example, try massage.
Hey Alexa, thank you.
You're so welcome.
Oh my God, Alexa!
I think
Alexa's a nasty.
She is nasty.
Yeah. She's got some detail.
Yeah, she might. Yeah, I know, right?
Saying her name. We keep saying her name. She's like confused.
Siri is just like, I'm not going there, and Alexa's like, let's talk about this.
Yeah. Does riding your bike with your wife count as foreplay then?
Yes.
Does it work?
I think that's a layered question.
Yeah.
And it depends on saddle position.
David's father-in-law listened to that podcast.
Yeah?
In which...
sorry, never mind.
Well, I can guarantee...
He's already forgetting.
I can guarantee... Guys, I
ride
can
your
guarantee...
bike, ride your wife.
Your father had sex at least 3 times. So
Four.
Oh
my gosh.
Yeah, right?
Dad.
Hi, Dad.
Yeah.
So thanks, Sam. Sorry to
you're welcome.
Once again belittle everything.
No,
you do.
I love it.
No, it was interesting to see that, and I'm like going.
I love the questions, Roger.
Yeah,
throw them out. Drink.
There you go.
Gosh, you son of a.
we're going to Ask Dr. David. Oh. This week on Ask Dr. David, we have a very interesting concept. First of all, Dr. David is not sponsored because nobody wants to. We have a term that came in across from Paul. Metabolic profiling. First of all, I would like to ask Jackson, what do you think metabolic profiling is?
All right. So I think.
Do you know going into this what it is?
Do you want the real answer, or do you want, how I think I'm going to talk
funny.
my way out of it?
I'd like to hear that.
I'd like to hear you talk your way out
So
of it.
I think meta's. I've got to break down the word here. Realistically, metabolic.
Meta.
Also
Facebook.
known as
Yeah.
Facebook.
Right. Metabolic, I think, metabolism.
Okay.
So maybe we're breaking something down. What was the next word?
Profiling.
I think it's
Based
talking,
on
that. I think
race, gender,
Nope,
and financial status.
Nope, that's not where I'm going to go. I think I'm going to say it is talking about the specific way that you can break down maybe nutrition that you process within your body. David, am I 1,000% right?
We're not
I
done
mean-
yet. I think it's Gattaca the movie. I think they're just going to tell you if you could
He
be
nodded.
I'm
brilliant.
airline pilot or not. And if you can't be a space pilot, you have to get some other dude who's in a wheelchair to let you borrow his persona. Has anybody seen Gattaca the movie?
No.
No.
Really? Who's it's
that
not
makes
Ethan Hawke.
my
It's
answer
the guy married to
better.
Uma Thurman. Who was married to Uma Thurman? You guys are no good to me.
No idea.
It's a great movie. You should see it. It has to do with like genetic testing in the future, and you can have your baby like you make sure your baby is destined for a genetic
Superiority.
yeah, and if you have a baby the old-fashioned way, the kid's screwed up and it's going to be a ditch digger.
Didn't
And-
Hitler try and do that?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty
Well,
much. Yeah.
that's on another
Thanks for
level.
bringing Hitler into the podcast there,
Yeah,
Paul.
you bet.
Yeah.
So I'm saying it's a stupid movie.
Yes.
It's already
okay.
been done.
Okay. It's a
you
great
know?
movie. It's
Yeah.
a really good movie. David, what the hell is metabolic profiling?
So I'm not an expert in this because this is exercise phys, but there is a metabolic profiling used in medicine, trying to figure out how the body metabolizes drugs and whatnot. I think in exercise physiology, Jackson's
Jackson's
largely
pointing
correct.
at me
Yeah,
saying,
yeah.
I'm right.
Yeah.
Like
You should say that. It's an audio podcast.
I know, but I wanted to. That's a you and me
Just
thing.
wanted to bust my balls.
Yeah.
In
Anyways.
broad strokes, he is correct. So they're trying to be more exact about the old-fashioned FTP. Like it used to just be like you do your test, that's your power, you use that number, and that dictates your training zones and your efforts and all of that. The old Zwift power test or whatever it is you were talking about doing earlier. But so metabolic profiling that they're using in racing, they're actually having you do these efforts and they're continuously measuring metabolic products. So things like lactate. I think some of them are using carbon dioxide that you're breathing out, similar to like a VO2 max test. And in doing that, what they're trying to define is the point at which your body transitions fuel sources is one of the big things. So like when you go from metabolizing fats to carbohydrates, and then when you go from carbohydrates to being anaerobic and producing high levels of lactate, and then they're using that to dictate so they look at the power. They're having you put out power, and then they measure blood values during that effort. So they're trying to figure out at what power your body starts using carbohydrates over fat. Fat is very energy dense. So if you think about like long events, you want to use fat.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about crits, you want to use carbs and glycogen storage. And then they use that to dictate how you train.
And diet.
And how you diet and what you eat and all of that. And I've seen things on Instagram recently, actually, they're trying to latch onto this, I think, with these devices that like measure something in your breath and try to tell you how to eat. I don't know that there's any validity to that. But But with cycling...
Wow, you smell like booze. Stop drinking.
Stop drinking. Oh, good advice.
It's probably going off of like some kind of like ketosis.
Yeah, and then they can look at like ketones in your breath and all that. But so they're trying. They can use this though to help athletes target events too. If you think about it, like somebody who's really good at burning fats at high power zones would be better at a long event, and somebody who's really good at burning carbohydrates would be better at a sprint event. Wow. And so I don't understand the intricacies of this, but they're using they're looking at what your body uses as fuel to determine how you train, not just your power, because everybody can use different fuels to produce the same power.
So this isn't like a one and done. We have your profile. It is something that can be altered throughout, like depending upon.
There's
or is this just Pat Bulger is only going to be good at this? You will never climb a mountain.
He doesn't metabolize fat very well.
You can see he stores it like a chipmunk with food in his cheeks.
I think this
right
goes
right in the middle. Jackson looks away. He's embarrassed by me.
I'm proud of my creation behind me.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
My creator.
Yeah.
I think this goes into like the genetics and the talent behind a lot of individuals. Like some people are just going to be able to produce more power with higher efficiency fuels like fats. And you could probably try to do things to alter that. But for the most part, a degree of that is going to be set. There are people that just cannot produce high power using fats, and they'll need to convert over to carbs. And so I'm not 100% sure the intricacies of that either, but they do retest. From what I can tell, they're retesting the individuals quite frequently to figure out where they're at.
Paul, you were saying you heard about it on a show. We should credit the show.
It was Escape Collective.
Okay,
and it's just a sample of that one that I shared with you guys. If you're a member of that, you can get the whole show, and it's Jumbo Visma. And they're talking about their training and what they've done. And I think the point that I thought was very interesting is because we get one track mind in our industry, the bike industry, when it comes to products, saying this is the best product for everyone.
He made it about disc brakes again.
No, I didn't. I didn't mention it, but now that you mention it, I think it's interesting is like each rider, you've got this gamut. You think everybody wants that silver bullet, like. You eat this,
it's
you
the
do
ketone
that, it's
supplement.
done.
Yeah.
And it isn't. There's guys that win that use fat better than the guy that wins and use more carb. I mean, we're all individuals. And the same with bringing it back to quit yawning. I'm bringing you up here, Sam. But like using AI to fit. The thing is somebody like him. He can see like, hey, your knee's kind of notching if you get behind.
Oh, yeah.
Did you have an injury? There's so many. Each person's different. They could have been something. Maybe they're not as limber. Maybe they're not. And that's the part that I don't like about, I think, today's society with everything. If you just plug it into the computer, you're going to spit out the perfect answer. And it isn't. And we are individuals.
Speaking of which, we all heard that computer blip during that.
That was me.
Okay, because I was going to say that Big Brother is listening.
Yes.
And we'll all be dead by morning.
Yep. They're all going to kill us.
Yeah. Skynet is real. Yeah. There we go. Okay. That's really interesting. Okay. Which means it's something.
Out how to do this?
We're never going to be able to afford it.
No. I don't think it is going to be
ketones,
largely cost. No, because
I need to get a metabolic card at the clinic.
Well, and these are like finger stick tests. You just
really,
a lot of them are like you can do finger.
I'm going to get a metabolic card. I'm going to make the Is this little metabolic card that you can do VO2 max testing, lactate?
Yeah, we should do this.
Yeah, I'm sure that's cheap.
It's like 10-15 grand.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's
the
next beer mile.
It's an investment.
It's the next beer mile. Yeah. Let's
Can we incorporate it into the Rive Public House?
Oh yeah, if we
give me a lab.
I've
always wanted a lab.
The mad scientist.
Oh my
he's
God.
in the back of the room going,
I will create the monster.
Yeah, exactly. Very good Halloween themed. I like that.
That was good.
I like that. So, speaking of Halloween themed, I can't do the same theme every time.
Ooh, do you have a spooky one?
That's good.
It's kind of spooky.
It's time for, you know what? And Paul brought this to my attention, and I'm not going to name any names, but it sounds like there are a lot of podcasts out there who are listening to this show. Because they've been stealing our ideas.
Oh, man.
Right? So, listeners out there, if you hear a show copying these ideas, let them know that they're Packfiller poaching.
Seriously. Take them down.
Actually, in essence, every cycling podcast is Packfiller poaching because I started before podcasting was a thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't start off with the
and it was
cycling
shit. And it was shit. What?
You should have been called the cycling.
I know why I didn't do that.
We
It was
spoke
really
radio.
fucking stupid. Yeah, it was.
Spoke radio.
So we're going to play the game, the yearly game that we play every year at this time of year. It's the Halloween costumes. Hey, kids, still looking for that last-minute Halloween costume? We here at Packfiller are here to help you. I'll describe the costume, and the panel gets to tell me who the kids are that are at your door. Who are they representing at your door? All having to do with popular cyclists.
I love
David
this.
Screwed.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Baby.
He's
So-
just going to guess Garen Thomas.
You can go to the bathroom now.
Peter's gone.
It's a little spooky. Yeah, right. Okay, so our first one.
Now, explain to everybody. You have to say your name.
You have to say your name first
how you
to
buzz
chime
in.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
All right.
and then I give you the point accordingly.
All right.
Okay, so our first child that approaches your door, he turns away before getting the candy, but turns back for one more attempt at that candy bar.
Sam.
Sam?
Mark Cavendish.
Sam's on
was
the
good.
board with Mark
good.
Cavendish. Mark Cavendish costume.
God, you're so bad at this. Freaking idiot.
I don't even know what we're doing.
It's a game, David.
Yeah.
So,
It's
fun.
let's get a flip chart here and draw.
David.
He's going to describe somebody's personality as a cyclist, and that's you have to
So
guess
Mark
what
was
costume.
going away
It's
and
the
then
costume.
he came back.
Yeah, see,
See,
remember
the kid
yeah.
left.
He's going to do next
sense.
season.
Yeah,
sense.
he's
But he
coming
came
back.
back.
He
One more
retired.
season,
Come
yeah.
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. Now
The
you
whole
got the theme.
Instagram video.
All right.
You know how
Let's scratch that one.
You know how much it loses when you have to explain it?
Yes, absolutely. Take his point away and give it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seriously.
Next kid comes up to your door with a broken shoe and just yells at the
Sam
other
Paul.
kids.
Damn it.
That
Matthew
Sam.
Vanderpool.
That was Sam. Yeah, that was Sam. He just,
God, I'm on fire tonight.
just yells at the other kids. Next one is a little girl dressed as a goat on wheels.
Jackson. Annemiek van Vleuten. You can't tell me that she's not. If you say
No.
that right now,
Paul.
I'm going to break
Mariana
the window.
Vos.
I had Mariana Vos. I'll give Jackson and Paul both a point.
That-
Give
Mariana
him
Vos
half a
has
point.
way
Give
more
him half a point.
victories and stuff.
No,
No, they both get a point.
You idiot.
This is why it works on our show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're lubricated.
I'm just competitive.
Fourth, a kid helping his little sibling up the stairs, only to push him down into a bush and take all the candy.
Oh.
Come on, I'll help you,
David?
David.
Adam Yates? I just thought of a sibling. The other Yates.
Take his sibling and he'll push him down the stairs.
Helping a little kid up the stairs doesn't have to be a sibling, only to push them into a bush and try to take all the candy.
Sam.
Sam,
It is Primoz Roglic.
it is Primoz
That's what I was gonna
Roglic.
say. Damn
God,
it.
wow, that was I don't know why I was having such a hard time with it. Probably the beer.
Okay, kid shows up so far ahead of the other kids. Damn it! It's October
Paul.
30th. What?
It is Pogacar.
You got to let me finish.
Do it.
So far ahead of the other kids, it isn't even a contest. Oh, and he's muddy.
Jackson.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it Tom Pidcock?
Nope.
David.
David.
Remco.
Sam. Wout van Aert.
You can't answer twice.
Read the question again because I haven't answered them.
Paul's got all the time in the world now.
Yeah.
He's dirty.
Kid shows up so far ahead of the other kids. It is October 30th. He has gone back in time. He's so far ahead. So far ahead of the other kids, it isn't even a contest. Oh, and he's muddy.
It's Savi Cyclocross.
Oh, he's muddy? What has there been?
I give up.
That little boy is dressed up as Keegan Swenson.
Shit balls.
That's good.
That's a good one.
Number 6.
I'm sorry, Keegan.
The sixth kid to your door sprints to the door, punches other kids, and complains that it
Sam.
wasn't his fault.
Jorgensen, Jensen, what is his
Nope.
name?
Nope.
The freaking sprinter for Alpensen.
Sprints to the door, punches other kids, and complains that it wasn't his
Jackson?
fault.
Jasper Philipsen?
Nope.
That's who it was.
That's what I was guessing.
Punches the other kids.
Yep.
Man.
Is this of this year, an event this year?
Or ever.
I'm going to guess
I
that
know
it's...
who it
Okay,
is.
what about
Yeah,
Quick
he
Step?
showed up to your
What
door
is the
this
Quick
year.
Step?
Yeah, okay. I was thinking there's a particular guy.
Just say
What's his name? He's a French guy. He's
Peter Sagan.
no.
I'll just I'll add a caveat. I'll add a second, last part. Oh, and the kid makes sure your social media account is shut down.
that doesn't help at all.
Yeah.
It's Justin Williams.
Oh, that was a
I was
good
thinking
one, too.
European. I was thinking
I
European.
thought-
That was a good one.
You guys didn't go domestic on it.
Didn't Contador hit somebody?
I don't think so.
Oh, I thought he did.
Wouldn't have hurt.
That's true.
This game sucks.
It's like
suck.
it's like Egan Bernal punching you. It'd be like,
I don't
What
know
is
what
that?
it
Because you're
Keegan
sitting at
Swenson
0.
one.
Is that
Yeah,
what
I
it
don't
is?
know any other cyclists, so I'm screwed.
two
Might be a
boys
Peter
dressed
Sagan.
the same, giving you the
Paul,
vibe of the
Sam,
girls.
Paul.
Adams.
Paul. It is. It is.
Dang it.
Adam and Simon Yates. Two boys dressed the
Whoa,
same,
whoa,
giving you the
he
vibe
said
of the
Adams.
girls from The
That's-
Shining.
How does that work?
The Adams brothers.
No,
It's
the
not.
Yates brothers.
Jackson.
See,
Oh,
he
you're
doesn't
right.
even know.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
doesn't even know.
Okay,
the
but I
Yates
called
Yeah, that
Jackson
was-
gets the
Wait,
point.
why?
Let's go.
I called him.
My bad.
I called him out.
You said it the same time as me. Oh my God, you're maxing out all our levels.
Nobody else caught that.
Yeah.
That he did.
All right.
Okay, I think
These-
I,
I had a
get the
senior moment. Sorry.
These ones are going to go pretty fast. Kid runs up, bonks headfirst into your door, and judges your candy while telling you I could have stopped earlier if he had better brakes.
Sam.
If he had better brakes, he
Yep.
could have.
Bonks headfirst into your door,
Oh,
judges your
who's the
candy
time
while telling
trialist?
you he could have stopped
The-
earlier
Oh,
if he
Jackson.
had better brakes.
Is it Stefan Kung?
No.
Who's the guy
kind of
that
a-
just hit in the European...
That was Stefan Kung.
Yeah.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
If he had better brakes, what, me?
No.
Oh.
Are there any repeats?
Better brakes.
No.
Shame on all of you. This is Paul Main.
I almost said that sounds like me. I should have.
Wait, how is that? What did he hit the...
He hit the door because his brakes didn't.
Oh, you're-
Okay.
Next one, kid actually has the nerves to call you bitch for not handling
Jackson.
out
Sam Waples.
for not handing out full size candy bars.
yeah.
Good one.
Now you know
There's
the theme.
one. Yes, I did.
You know the theme.
Yeah.
Next one, kid shows up late without his wallet to
Paul.
buy candy.
Jackson. David. It's
David.
David Waples.
I'll give that to David. We gotta give David a point.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Kid runs up to your house and takes your costume idea, but makes it look better.
Jackson.
Yeah.
It's Jackson.
Jackson. He stole my mustache. God damn it.
well.
Kid gets winded climbing
Jackson.
your stairs
Pat
and
Polger.
blames it on genetics.
Jackson. It's Pat Polger.
Last one. You ready for the last one?
all right.
This
These
is
are great.
This is not one
Jackson's
of us.
got this destroyed, but no. This is not one of us, and this is going to go just as fast. Kid comes to your house 7 times in one night.
Jackson.
Paul.
It is Bader Sagan.
Nope.
Seven
7
times
times.
in one night, but you have to take
It
all
is
the
Lance
candy
Armstrong.
back from
Paul.
him.
Lance Armstrong.
Yeah.
I've been saying it a long time. It's
It is
Lance
Paul.
Armstrong.
It is Paul. Yeah, it is Paul. Got
Yeah.
Lance Armstrong.
7 green jerseys.
Well,
Yeah,
it's-
fair enough.
but you have to take all the candy back from him.
Yeah.
I can't believe you didn't do a Peter Sagan one.
That is
Kid-
disappointing.
Kid shows up, flips a wheelie, and
Jackson.
grabs your wife's ass.
Oh,
Yeah.
David.
Peter Sagan.
2 for David.
Jackson crushed that one. Jackson crushed that one with 5. Sam was third. He started out
6.
hot,
Man, yeah.
finished poorly. So if you hear any Common Cycling podcasts, by any chance, happen to be mentioning Halloween costumes, they're stealing from us. Mm-hmm. Yes, this is the new outro. Isn't that nice?
love it.
It's
Yeah,
very
I like
mellow.
it.
I don't know if ending mellow is going to be the way to go, but
Why not?
I guess we're doing it. Well,
We've taken it here. We got to
Yeah.
get people down, or
Sam
they're not going to be able
probably-
to sleep tonight.
Sam
need-
probably, with his screen, probably popped ear pods out of people's ears.
I know.
That could be. I was pretty amped
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
Shit, I gotta wind down after that.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
That
So
was
that
an adrenaline rush.
No picks?
Fuck yeah.
no picks this week. We did a Halloween game instead.
Oh, cool.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
Would you?
Hey, visit our page, though, to check out
Yes,
those picks.
the home site. Yeah, the homepage of packfiller.com has all of our picks in order of each person who has chosen them, and we go from there.
And another thing,
Yeah.
if you use like the sponsors of the show, tap into those.
Absolutely. All our links are there.
Yeah.
As I say, use the links at packfiller.com. You guys, thank you for being here. And we're in much warmer light thanks to Paul's advice on the fact that David doesn't look like a zombie, which would have been perfect for the Halloween theme. Stay safe out there. Go ride your bikes. And I guess let's all just, I don't know.
There we go. See you later.
I'm done. See you
Later.
next week.